Good evening to everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News at America's Voice. God bless everyone. Everyone, God bless everybody in my country of Mexico, in my city of Tijuana, and also God bless everybody in the United States of America. God bless every single one of you that is watching today with me on this evening. Thank you so much. I'm a little bit late. First of all, I need to apologize to my audience as I was planning to do a show on Saturday with a doctor that he postponed the interview from Saturday to Sunday, and from Sunday he postponed it to next week because of work. The doctor was going to talk about the coronavirus as it's affecting worldwide as a red emergency, and to every health department in every city, country, and continent of the coronavirus as it's been spreading to Africa, Asia, starting in Asia, spreading to Africa right now. And right now it's in our continent of America, in our country of Mexico, and also in the country of the United States. We postponed till next week. I apologize if we didn't do the show for everybody to watch, but we have a little bit of information for you guys regarding a certain situation that happened. First of all, God bless you all. Let's thank God for giving us the opportunity to have two hands, two legs, mouth that we can think, and heart that we can feel, heart that we can feel, eyes that we can see, and a voice that we can talk to you guys, and we can give a broadcast for you guys information as we intend to do. God bless everybody. 8:34 in the evening over here in the West Coast time. I know that is a little bit late for a lot of people that live on the East Coast times. I have a lot of audience from the East Coast. I must apologize if this is too late for you guys. Hope that you can watch it later. What happened? The Secretary of International Relations, Marcelo Ebrard, this guy that has a history of not giving a damn about Mexicans, our Secretary of Relations, International Relations, our Canciller of Mexico, Marcelo Ebrard, who is responsible, and he was responsible on December 18 of 2018 on re-signing the International Pact of Immigration. And also he was the guilty part for the tariff to be implemented. He was the one that went to Washington to talk to Pompeo about the 5% tariff. So he's been responsible for a lot of things. Let me remind you what happened with this coronavirus for Mexicans and how irresponsible our government is still being. 100 students, they were in China on an inter-exchange students in China. And they were on cities where they were quarantined. And also, they were on cities that they were as a red light to be infected with coronavirus. Thank you so much for everybody that is watching. Thank you, Nora Logan, for your donation and contribution. You can donate and contribute to my work. Super chatted right here is on the live feed on the bottom. You guys can donate and contribute to my work right there on the bottom. There's the donation sign. Thank you so much. God bless you all. How many people are infected in Mexico? I will tell you. Let me jump in. I will jump into your questions a little bit further. Stop smacking your lips, please. I can smack my lips as much as I can. That is the way I broadcast. And if you don't like it, you can go and see other guys that talk perfectly good English, and they don't smack your lips. That's the way I am. I'm sorry, I'm not rude. I respond to that, and I respond to you directly. This is the way I am. So, good evening to everybody. What happened? 100 students. They were in exchange in China. Student exchange, right? And they were on cities in China that they were completely affected. And they put all those cities in quarantine because of the coronavirus. You imagine, as the United States is, that immediately when they see their own citizens in a particular situation in a foreign country, they will spend money to bring them into their country, to bring them back to their country. If they are in some kind of trouble, if they are threatened, if they are in a particular situation with, there's endangering of their lives, certain countries, they will immediately act. They will immediately act to bring their citizens and to bring their fellow countrymen back to their country, repeating the word, to their country to be safe. And this 100 students, they went to the Mexican embassy, and they went to the Mexican embassy in China, and they asked the Mexican embassy in China if they can receive help from the Mexican government so they can be returned back home, because it's a matter of life and death. It's a matter of life and death. They can get infected with coronavirus. And the Mexican embassy immediately, sent a letter to the Mexican government and a phone call to the Canciller Marcelo Ebrard. And Marcelo Ebrard denied help for the students to be returned back to Mexico. A flight that cost the family members 55,000 pesos to pay, that has spent millions of pesos on Evo Morales, a socialist, delinquent, and also a person that is always a dictator, that it was cheating on his re-election in Bolivia. And the Mexican government spent close to 2 million pesos to bring him on a political asylum and give him the political asylum. But you got 100 students that they are the future of your country in a foreign country in exchange to give the best to your country and to represent your country in a foreign country like China. in cities that they are quarantined, and you don't spend and you deny the help to these students and to these families to bring them back. It is an embarrassment, this guy. It is a huge embarrassment. I will read you how much they spend on Evo Morales, this socialist dictator, that it was on our country. He could spend on that, but 100 students, he could not spend not even one dime to bring them over here. Wow, man. This is the problem that with the word that I constantly say to you people, priorities. It doesn't exist. It does not exist in our country. Imagine this. You're in a foreign country. You're an exchange student from Mexico. And there's coronavirus all around you. The only help that you can get is to, ask your family or go to the Mexican embassy and see if they can help you. And this inepto, this cold-hearted person that does not care about his flag, and it's been shown to us that he doesn't care about Mexico. He doesn't care about Mexicans. And immediately, he denied the help. He denied the help to bring them back home. Let me show you how much they spent on Evo Morales. They spent on airports from Lima, Peru, to Paraguay, to Asunción, to Paraguay, and to Mexico. They spent $1,395,173.78 pesos. Wow. Just to bring one dictator, one socialist, and 100 students that they are your roots and the future of your country. You cannot spend not even one. Let them die. Let them contaminate themselves. Let them be with the coronavirus. We don't care. But this, you spent $1,395,173.78 pesos on bringing Evo Morales. Then you spent you spent $476,000 for services to land this guy on our country. 476,000 pesos, a total of 1,871,696 pesos you spend on this dictator to bring them from Bolivia to over here, plus the political asylum paperwork and all that stuff. And all of this came out of the Mexican taxes. Mexican people, like me, Mexican people, that they pay taxes. It came out of our taxes. Now, let us hear him as this interview says right here why he did not bring them back and why he doesn't care about bringing his own people back. Amazing.
Exteriores, Marcelo Ebrard, informó que son 18 los mexicanos que se encuentran en Wuhan, China, y solo 4 de ellos podrían salir del país debido a las disposiciones del gobierno chino que impiden que salgan cuando tienen familia o pareja de ese país. También dijo que por el momento no hay planes de ir por los mexicanos que están en Wuhan.
Saying that out of the 100, 18 of them wanted to return back home, and out of the 18 of them, he was not going to go and pick nobody up and help nobody. And here is Marcelo Ebrard, this crook and traitor to our country, speaking about the situation.
No se justificaría que mandáramos una aeronave en este momento.
It will not justify to send one plane right now at this moment.
Vamos a ver más adelante.
El canciller.
We will talk about this a little bit later.
Dijo que de concretarse alguna repatriación, las personas tendrán que cumplir una cuarentena. Al menos 170 personas han muerto y cerca de 8,000 casos de coronavirus se registran hasta hoy. Miles de empleados.
More than 178 people have registered died in China. And if that case, he's saying that this does not justify to bring the students back home, to bring his own people back. These students are asking the government for help if they can help them to bring them back home because of the coronavirus. But he spent 1 million, almost close to 2 million on Evo Morales, a socialist dictator. Hijo de la chingada. My God, man. My God. We are so wrong. This country is so wrong. And a lot of people right here on the feed, they are right. We need to start choosing from the bottom all the way to the top. So they will eliminate all the filters. District, Congress, mayors, governors, so we can get all these crooked people out. Amazing. My God. Amazing how the priority, and it looks, if we've been watching this for a little while now, that we've been watching how, Mexicans are not a priority anymore. Mexicans are not a priority anymore. That we, their own people, we, the people of Mexico, the security in our country is not a priority. The needs for the poor in our country are not a priority. The 60 million in poverty in our country are not a priority. The caravans are a priority. The people that are coming from foreign countries are a priority. All the trafficking of children that is occurring, all the things that have been happening, the WhatsApp messages, all these groups, all these things that have been happening around, the caravans, that is a priority. That there is a priority. You got, Evo Morales, a dictator from Bolivia, that is a dictator, a socialist dictator, and he was asking to put the political asylum for everybody, so one country can lift their hand up and say, I'll help you, and you got Evo Morales, and immediately, Mexico lifted their hand and said, I'll help you. They spent almost 2 million pesos. And that's it. But you got, excuse me, people. But you got 100 Mexicans, exchange students, 100. And he doesn't want to spend 1 peso, 1 cent. No. Not even 1 cent he wants to spend. Not even 1 cent he wants to spend. Amazing. Unfreaking amazing. Our priorities are so messed up in our country. This is a situation where right now our flights that are coming from Beijing over here to Tijuana. Tijuana is an international airport. Flights they've been coming to the city of Mexico, and then Chinese people they're coming over here to Beijing, to our city of Tijuana. They're being screened. I will show you guys a video how the people on the airport and how they are received to a certain particular tunnel, how they are, all the people are dressed to conversate and to have contact with these people. Mexico, it's doing an okay job on being precautious on the contamination of people. Now we have a case of a Chinese guy that, and a Mexican guy that came from China, and they were on the subway. And in the subway, he started saying, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I just came back from China. I don't feel good. And he started sneezing and coughing all over the damn place. And you don't even imagine how many people got contaminated on that subway. So there's cases like that. And there's cases which, like this, students, they don't get the help necessary. And it is amazing how, we spend millions of pesos on dictators and on socialist dictators, but we don't spend not even $1 on our students to bring them back home. It's just, my God, man, sad. It's sad. Imagine the parents. How do the parents, do you think they feel? Imagine how the parents feel. Imagine the parents that the parents that they voted for this, probably some of the parents voted for this, dictator that we have, this socialist dictator. And, and now it's showing everybody, a lot of people that follow AMLO are opening their eyes. I showed you the last, a lot of people, there's Mexicans that they want a wall. And, there's Mexicans that they now they admire Trump. And there's people that they want security in our country. There's a lot of things that I want to tell everybody right here. I'm a pro-migrant guy. Pro-migrant. I am a pro-migrant guy. Pro-migrant legally, peacefully, respectfully, with a purpose, and appreciating the country that I'm migrating. If you have those 5, I have mad respect for you because you're migrating for the right purposes and with a purpose to work. You have an ability. You have something that you can offer. And also, if you ask for asylum, the asylum is a thing that is, it can't be denied. And there's cases of asylum that there are eligible cases. And there's cases of asylum, if you're an economic migrant that you just want better jobs or better work, they're not going to give you the asylum because of that. They're not. They're not going to give you the asylum because in your country you don't make enough money. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not an expert on, basically on, telling everybody, this is an asylum case and this is an asylum. I've seen a lot of asylum cases because I'm involved in this movement. I've seen a lot of asylum cases. In a lot of cases, they are, these people are sad because they come with the idea that they want to get the asylum because his son is sick. They come with the idea that they want to get the asylum because they don't have a good job and they're not making enough money in their country. And they come with the idea that they are going to get the asylum because they are run away just from fear. And it's just violence around the country. And you can demonstrate that in Mexico, that there's violence around Mexicans. And, some of us, we don't get the asylum. And the thing is that all these activists that they are involved in the caravan, money. They want money. They don't want to help. They're helping, but they want specifically, they're going fast forward to their main purpose is ultimately as money. And, you have all these Democrat socialist lawyers that coming back and forth to our country. And nobody talks about Canada. I was looking at a program of a guy, and I will post this video on YouTube and also on my page on Facebook, about a Mexican citizen that became a citizen of Canada. And he's saying why a lot of Mexicans, we are struggling to get the paperwork. The United States needs immigration reform. That is a fact. It is a complete fact. But why a lot of Mexicans are struggling for work when Canada needs migrants? And the life in Canada is a really respectful life. And a lot of these migrants that they're in the caravan, all these activists and all these people, they don't tell them nothing about Canada. You don't see Veronica Escobar. You don't see Alexandra Ocasio, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar, and also Bernie Sanders, and all these people that they are in politics talking about the International Pact of Immigration, who's in it and who's not. They just want to destabilize the economy of the United States, get all these migrants in so they can, potentially get votes on the future. And also, they want to, destabilize every country so they can, in a way, ricochet all this. I don't want people, I don't want migrants, I don't want on the president of the United States. So the president will look bad. And it's a strategy because you don't see the United Nations stepping in and helping people in Honduras. You don't see the United Nations stepping in and helping people in Guatemala. And you don't see the United Nations stepping in and helping people in El Salvador. You don't see the United Nations stepping in and helping and educating all these people that the possibilities are getting the asylum system from 3% to 10%. Nobody's telling them that. But why all these activists, American activists, they don't say nothing about Canada? Nothing about Canada. And I will read you something. And a lot of Canadian citizens, they get mad at me because this is a fact. Now, I'm sorry, but if I'm getting bombed in my borders, and if I'm getting slammed in the borders, and we are together in this International Pact of Immigration, it's not fair for me to be looking at you all comfortable over there because you're all the way to the top, and we're all the way over here, and we're at the door for you and the United States, and you're not doing anything about it. You're doing something about it by saying we need migrants, but I don't see Canadian people coming over here and pick these people up and tell them, you know what, we'll take them. There's an offer. I've been going to shelters constantly and telling migrants, you know that you can go to Canada. You know that you can go to Canada. And all these people are, some of them, and a large percentage of them, they want to work. But they don't want to work in Mexico. They want to work in the United States. That's a mistake. But a large percentage of these people, they want to work. As soon as you tell them Canada, they say, you know what? Yeah, I want to go to Canada. I didn't know that I can go to Canada. Do you guys know about the International Pact of Immigration? No, I don't know anything about that. And this is really important because why the American activists, they don't talk about Canada? Why the lawyers that they're working on every border of our country, like a Mexican citizen, why they don't talk about Canada? Why the congresswoman, if they want to help migrants and migrate to the United States, why they don't talk about Canada? Why? Why nobody speaks about migrating to Canada? Why all these activists and lawyers, they don't say nothing about migrating to Canada to all these migrants, to all these people that they're risking their lives coming through changes of weather, changes of countries, and also, putting some people putting irresponsibly the lives of their children at risk with kidnappers, with organized crime, with cartel members, with coyotes, with every single thing. Why nobody talks about Canada? Because it's not of their interest. You get them right there in the pockets if you talk about Canada. If you talk about Canada, right there in the pocket. No. No, why you want to go to Canada? No, I can get you to the US. Don't worry about it. No, but it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time for me. There's a guy right here that got mad. His name is George Bono. And say, I hope Canadians kick your F ass because you want to contaminate their country with those effing. Why you eliminate the comment? Let me read it. And because you want to contaminate the country with those effing lazy asses. I hope that Mexicans will kick every. I don't want to get into it with you. I'm not getting into it with you. You're a person that probably got into their feelings, and I'm not going to get into it with you. If you think that Canada should retaliate against myself, just ask Trudeau why he keeps signing the International Pact of Immigration. Ask Trudeau why. The guy that just, completely insulted me right now. I want to read you something. Don't block that guy, please. Don't block him. Leave him to live in his opinion, although his language is, corriente, like we say in Mexico, but don't block that guy. I want to read you. This is the problem with a lot of people. They don't read. They don't read and they don't analyze what is happening and what is at risk right here. I want to read you something, guy, so you can shut up. For Canada, to add 1 million immigrants over the next 3 years, the nation will need to welcome approximately 350,000, roughly 1 in 2020 and 2021. Canada is the world leader in managed migration with an immigration program based on non-discriminatory principles, where foreign nationals are asset without regard to race, nationality, ethnic origin, color, religion, gender. That is what they say. About 1 in 5 current Canadian are immigrants, according to the report, where more than 6 million arriving in 1990. About 13.7% of the U.S. population, roughly 1 is in the 2009. Another statistic. Canada needs 1 million migrants. 1 million migrants they need. Million. And if they need migrants, why Mexico's getting all of them? Why? Why? Why Mexico has to pay for all the expenses if we are in this International Pact of Immigration, if we are together? The International Pact of Immigration signed by the United Nations, 154 countries, and guess what? George Bono. Canada's in it. Why Canada's not taking migrants like Mexico is doing? Why? Why are they not being responsible like Mexico is? Why? So if Canada needs 1 million migrants, it can help a lot. Stop child trafficking. Get them to a safer country. They're accepting migrants and they're, giving them jobs. And also they can start a family in different parts of Canada. Real simple. And I will answer your question. Isn't it clear enough for you how they come to Mexico and demand things that only have demand only in their country? Isn't it clear enough that I want to get all these Democrat, socialist Americans out of my country and go back to your country? Isn't it clear enough how the Democrat agenda, Americans, they're Americans. I don't care if they're Democrats or they're Republican or they're liberals. They're from your country, George, from your country. And they're coming in my country, instigating, motivating, trafficking of children and trafficking of people across our country. And your Democrat agenda that is in your country, it's provoking this open border agenda so these people can migrate and instigate people like Bernie Sanders and like socialist Democrats. They're American, they're in your country. Why don't you take care of those people first? Are you taking care of those people first? Are you? Are you? Are you taking care of practicing fake families and fake marriages over here in the borders, that they're American, that they're from your country? Are you? 4,800 families that were reported in 2018, fake families, that they were managed by lawyers, American lawyers from your country, in our borders, so they can cheat on their loophole from your immigration law so they can get to your country. Are you doing something about it? Are you? I'm asking a question. More than 7,000 cases, they did not return back to court when they crossed and they asked the asylum for the first time in the Caribbean. Have you done something about it? Are you? Are you doing something about it? More than 32,000 children have been trafficked in the Caribbean since 2015 to 2018, 19, and now. A lot of them through our country of Mexico. Why Canada doesn't have a solution? Why Canada is not helping? If we are in this international pact of immigration together, they're loaders, they're freeloaders. Yes, they are. A lot of them, the majority of them. But why Mexico has to take care of them, and why we have to take care of foreigners from the United States of America coming over here, like you guys say, Mexicans that live over there, do we take care of them? Why we have to take care of all these liberals and activists over here? That they're instigating and motivating and cheating on our Constitution. Why? Are you taking care of them? Are you? I want to know why Rashida Tlaib was here 1 month ago in our border, your congresswoman from Michigan. I don't know what place you are in the United States, but Rashida Tlaib is a congresswoman from your country. I don't care if she's a liberal. I don't care if she's Democrat. I don't care what it is. I see her, and she's coming from the United States of America. She represents the United States. So she comes over here representing your country. Where are you? Take care of your problems first. Take care of the impeachment first. Take care of the 350,000 homeless people that you got first. Take care of the problems in San Francisco first. Take care of the problems of 112,000 people they had crossed illegally through San Diego, and crossed through El Paso. Take care of your border in Coahuila with 108,000 that crossed illegally. Take care of those problems before start saying Canadians come and kick this guy's ass because he's instigating and motivating to go to another country when we don't have the resources to pay for them, and Canada does, and it's motivating all these people. But oh my God, why am I doing that to Canada, right? Why am I not taking care of it over here in Mexico? It's all Mexicans' fault, right? Right? It's all our fault, right? It's like the other day, a comment, real funny comment. I don't know if it was a Democrat or a liberal. She's talking about separation of families. Separation of families. As you know, let's take care. Bloque el Tejano. This guy, man. This guy's a disgusting guy. Let's take care of a separation of families. And there's a picture of a child in the womb, and the child says, "I agree." This woman talking about separation of families when she's trying to kill children before they get born. And I'm going with the comment of one person there. Look how ignorant. Look how ignorant. This is ignorancy to the fullest capacity. This is ignorancy to the fullest capacity. The fullest capacity. She's saying, why you opinion about the United States? You're not an American. You're not an American citizen. Why are you talking about this? And I responded, first of all, the Democrat agenda affects our country of Mexico because of the open border issue. Second of all, you're saying that I'm not an American citizen? Yes. Wow, I'm not. To that person and to all those people, Canada, the United States, and Mexico are in a continent that is called continent of America, the American continent. Argentina, Brazil, all these triangles, Central America, South America, North America. We are in a continent of America. We are all Americans. The continent the name came from a guy named Americo Vespucio. So they put continent of America. So you're saying I'm not an American. I was born in Mexico and the continent of America. You're taking that terminology to your own self. Read, please. The statement that you needed to say was, you're not a United States citizen. That is different. I was born in Mexico, in the continent of America. And ignorant statements like this, that, that you go back and forth with people, but they don't understand. They don't understand that there are other routes that they can use. There's 154 countries that they can go. Why are they trying to go only to the United States? Why are they not educating these migrants, people, that there are 154 countries that they can go and migrate? And if we are not accepting this migration, inflation, and this influx of migrants, the number one person that we need to call and say, we don't want no migration issue and no mass migration right now. For example, you, Mr. George, you should call the acts of immigration and all these globalist people that, first of all, let me address however you want to say it. He got the pact ready for the next person to sign it. Thank God that it was President Trump that he didn't sign it. He came into office, but everybody, the immigration pact of it, the International Pact of Immigration, that it was by the United Nations, made by the United Nations. So you have globalist leaders, and you've been having globalist leaders in your country for the longest of time. For the longest of time. Longest of time. But no, send the Canadians to kick this guy's ass. Right? So we want to end the International Pact of Immigration. We want to end all these globalist pacts that put people they risk people's lives. They get all these violence and delinquents and trafficking of children and trafficking of people involved in caravans. We want to eliminate that. Where is the key? Who is the one? The United Nations. So, Mr. George, the one person that you need to be addressing and the one person that you need to be, getting all this rant and all this, let the Canadians go and kick his ass, Oscar's ass. Go to Mr. Soros' inbox and let him have it. Go to him. And by the way, let me tell you something. There's another pact that is coming, that is Global Pact of Education, pushed by the United Nations and also by the Pope and the Vatican. So you better watch out with that one, because a lot of things are going to be happening. And hopefully the United States does not sign the United Nations Pact of Global Education. Coming back to the point that I was talking about, why nobody's talking about migrating to Canada. Right? Canada wants 1 million migrants. They want 1 million. And they signed the International Pact of Immigration for one reason. And the reason was they needed migrants. And a lot of Canadian people, they don't like me. They're like, no, man, why are you getting all these people to our country? Wait a second, Trudeau signed it, and he's best buddies with AMLO. Hold on a minute, why Mexico has to take all the fault? As exactly as France signed it, exactly as Italy signed it, and exactly like a lot of Europe countries they signed it. Germany signed it. They got out of it. So why Mexico has to take all this pressure on the national? Why we have to take all these throwing the rocks, hurting our National Guard officers, all this trafficking of children, American activists being radical in our country, violating Article 33 of the Constitution of Mexico, stepping on the law of our country. Why? Why? Why only Mexico? And the other countries, they're just sitting down like this. If they want to migrate, let them migrate. But we're ready. Whenever they want to be ready, we're ready right here. We'll take care of it. Let Mexico handle it. Let Mexico handle it. Let Mexico handle all of this. And it's not only the fault of Obrador. It's not only the fault of Soros and the United Nations. It's all these socialist leaders that every country has. Trudeau, one of them, he signed the pact. You have Barack Obama, you have Bernie Sanders, you have Alexandria Ocasio, you have all these globalist people that they are going to be pushing every time for socialism and to open borders. You got people in your Congress that they are pushing for this open border agenda. You want to stop this? Start at home. I'm starting in my home. And I'm trying to get somebody else to help me out. That is Canada. That they signed the pact like Mexico did. You want to stop this migration issue? You want to stop this influx of migrants? Start in your own home. Don't care about AMLO. Start with your Congress people. Get them out if they're a problem. A lot of people complain about Rashida Tlaib. Get her out. A lot of people complain about Ilhan Omar, how radical she is. Get her out. A lot of people talking about Alexandria Ocasio, how, it's all about globalism and, kids are drinking out of toilets and water and blah, 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 blah. Get her out. Talking about Veronica Escobar, how crooked she is and how she doesn't care about the borders and all this stuff. Get her out. But if I'm talking about Canada, and if you, U.S. citizen, having problems in your own country, that's why our slogan is always your country first. I think that you and me have the same mentality taking care of our country first so we can help other people. How we're going to help countries? How are we going to help other people if our country is struggling, if it's going through certain changes that we're not, accepting and we're not digesting? How we're going to create a better economy if we're just not, we have homeless people in our country. We're bringing more people to just, become more homeless? Always your country first. Why are you worried about Canada if you got problems in your own country? You got an impeachment right now. You got all these problems in your Congress. You got two people in the Senate that backstab the President of the United States of America, and they change. You got problems in your own country. You got more than 500,000 people homeless, and homeless veterans that they're getting deported. Problems in your country. You got economy problems that that thanks to Donald Trump has been lifted and has been getting better. You got 8 years of globalism from Barack Obama that the President of the United States is trying to fix it now. Problems in your country. He's trying to, a phrase that he uses, drain the swamp. Help your country to do that. Instead of worrying about Canada, that is not even your country. You understand or you don't understand? When you get your priorities straight, you will listen and you will understand that us, as a country of Mexico, we're taking everything from this influx of migrants, everything. And the country doesn't have the capability and the capacity to do so. The United States doesn't either. Okay, you didn't sign the International Pact of Immigration. Stop acting like all these liberal activists that they're involved in every country, in every political, issue in every country, and they're anarchism. They want to bring it to every. Worry about your country. Get your national pact. God bless the United States that is not. So I have to worry about who's going to help me. Help all these people stop suffering. And if they're loaders or whatever they are, get them to different parts. So Mexico will not take the whole punch straight to the knuckle, straight into the face. This is the thing. And for your statement, Canada will never accept invaders. I don't care. They're in the International Pact of Immigration. They are going to. It's their obligation. It's a global pact, and they need to respect it. It's like Mexico. We don't want no more caravans, but we are accepting them. You can yell and you can scream all you like. You can punch as much as you can and be mad and be like, oh my God, I'm so. It is the reality and it is the truth. Canada needs 1 million migrants. It is a statement that it was released by the Canadian government and also by the President of Canada, that is Trudeau, and it was released by him that they need 1 million migrants in the next 2019, 2020, and 2021. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. 9:23. I extended myself a little bit. It's kind of late over here. And I got a little audience, 135, I believe so. Good evening to everybody. We had a couple of people right here. Anarchists, probably they come. They are people that are always instigating, and they're always, coming in and, hell with the borders. We don't want the borders. We don't want no laws. We don't want anything. We just want rights for everybody. Okay, you and your mind. And qué bonito nombre, Elber. Pero no voy a caer, idiota. How's everybody doing? Good evening to everybody. Good evening to everybody. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News and America's Voice. Good evening. Topics of the day: quarantine in certain cities of China because of the coronavirus, and students that they were not helped by our government of Mexico to bring them from China. Our government of Mexico did not want to spend 1 cent to help students to come back from China to our country of Mexico. But they spent almost 2 million pesos on Evo Morales, right? But they did not want to spend not even 1 peso to bring students that they are afraid to get, infected by the coronavirus. It's amazing. It's amazing. And also we talked about why, all these people, they're not talking about Canada. Why nobody's talking about giving the opportunity of all these migrants to get to Canada also. Canada is in the International Pact of Immigration, and, they're accepting migrants. Whether you like it or not, they're in the same position as Mexico. And if they don't like it, go to the George Soros house and tell them, you know what, you need to end this. You need to end this global pacts of immigration and all this radically and all these, anarchist attitudes. You need to end this. We need to, get our priorities straight. Who's responsible for all this stuff? Good evening to everybody. Questions, Q&A. Super chat is on the bottom for people that want to donate or contribute to my work. Thank you so much, Rhonda Rain. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for your donation and contribution. I will do, a segment of questions right here regarding the topics that we are talking about right now. And I had a couple of, people right here insulting and, coming with their corriente language, but it's okay. You know, they have a peanut for a brain, so it's all right. Right here, questions, Q&A for everybody that is watching. Good evening to everybody. Governments do not care for their own people. All governments have betrayed their own. Yes, Mark McCabees, I see you. If you vote for these socialists, then take what they give you, quit complaining. Yes, I agree with you. Saludos a Elber. Bueno para nada. We hint, let me say right here. Good evening, Oscar. Good evening. Eyes wide open. Let's see another one. Knowledge will forever govern ignorance, and the people who mean to be their governors must arm themselves with their power, which knowledge gives. James Madison. That's a great statement. Thank you so much, Sassy. Letting invaders to come to Mexico is wrong, as suggests invaders to go to Canada. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't understand. I completely understand that your purpose is to stop this influx of migration in every country and for them to fix their country first. I understand that. But, sir, for us to eliminate that and for us to, complete that task, there's steps in the way. Now, if Canada really wants to be involved in the immigration issue, they need to help Mexico because Mexico is suffering with all this influx of migrants. Understand that there's an international pact of immigration. And for us to end this, there's parts and there's other countries that need to be also responsible so they can understand the gravity and also understand how difficult this is to be responsible for not only one country. Mexico's not even being responsible for 1, 2, 3, for the whole world, as we are getting migrants for the whole world in our south door. So you need to understand that. Entiende? Oscar, scroll up to my last post. Important alert. Okay. I will. Let me see if I can go there. Thanks, Oscar. It was so nice to find you after Arky TTN had his strokes. Please keep the USA informed. Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for people that are sending our good comments to myself. Thank you so much. JP Affluent. Thank you. Sassy Fraz says, government is not reason. It is not eloquence. It is a force like fire. It is a dangerous servant and a fearful master. Never for a moment should it be left to irresponsible action. George Washington, another, beautiful quote. Those are beautiful quotes. James Ellison says every socialist Democrat controlled areas in America has the highest taxes or cost of living. Now, I don't know about that, but I know that they are destroying your country. I know that they are destroying their country, your country. Patty Walpole says the plan is to let the virus spread. Is global. That's why it is a pandemic. All borders should be closed. They want us dead. Agenda 21, depopulation. Yes, I agree with you. There's another thing that is called the New World Order, which this individual right here does not understand. And there's other things that there's immigration. The influx of migrants of immigration is a little piece of a puzzle. You got, infections, you got diseases, you got viruses. And then there's other issues that they're going to come in, internet, intelligence, technology, all this stuff is the New World Order, and it's coming, and it's hitting us hard, and we don't get it, and we don't understand, and we still are in our own bubble thinking about why you got to send people from Canada over here. They're going to kick your ass. It's the New World Order. It's hard to understand, and it's hard to digest. But there's changes that are being made on top of our decisions and on top of our constitutions. Not even in Mexico, but your Constitution of the United States. Look at the Second Amendment. That is one of the things that socialists want, to disarm people. So, one government can have control over everybody, and that is the number one reason why socialists are being put on every single, strategical part on the United States. Is where it's going. God bless you, Oscar. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much, Mary Calloway. Dispirited, they have their own country. They need to go back. Yes. Nilda Smith, God bless you, Oscar. Thank you so much. Sophia Brown, RKTNN will be back on soon. We will have Oscar and Randall. I don't know RKTAN. I don't know who that is. But, God bless him. If he's a guy, God bless him. If he's a woman, God bless him. Also, God bless her. Jaime El Paso, today we trained shooting close to the Border Patrol drill in El Paso to stop the invaders. Okay, that's awesome. We have so many homeless in America that I don't understand why they want to come here. America is not what it used to be. There's a lot of people are saying that to me, and it is sad to hear that. Eyes Wide Open says China has over 20,000 affected now. Wow, that is incredible. Wow. My God, wow. Becky, yes, I still try to watch what's going on with Randall and wish him well too. The Chinese, it looks like in our city of Tijuana, it is affecting them enormously to their Chinese food restaurants. We have a lot of them over here. We have a lot of Chinese food restaurants, and nobody wants to go eat over there right now. Nobody wants to buy products that they're coming. And, there's a lot of exportation and importation that is going to get affected economically a lot because of this virus. A lot. The number one exporter and importer in the world is China, and it's going to drop a lot with this virus. A lot of people don't want to buy no products, don't want to buy no clothing, don't want to eat no food. It's going to get affected directly in the pockets. This virus that is going on the coronavirus. I'm just explaining how it's going to get affected to all these people that they like to buy Chinese products. Si hay muchos chinos y no es racismo, es un hecho que vienen muchos familiares de allá a visitar. Sí, tienes toda la razón. Let me address this comment in Spanish. Excuse me. Sí, tienes toda la razón. La economía va a ser afectada enormemente para la comunidad china aquí en Tijuana, Baja California, en el estado de Baja California, simplemente porque tienen demasiados restaurantes de comida china. Imagínate cuánta gente no quiere ir a comer. Ya ha estado afectando constantemente, no solamente por eso, por otro tipo de particulares situaciones. Y esto afecta enormemente, afecta en los puertos, la importación, la exportación. Nadie quiere comprar cosas que vienen de China, ya la gente está asustada. Entonces afecta mucho, ¿no? Para gente que quiere realmente trabajar en nuestras fronteras. Pero no es racismo, claro que sí, estoy de acuerdo contigo. No es absolutamente nada que ver con racismo. Tiene que ver muchísimo con el virus, cómo está afectando y cómo quiere afectar, ¿no? Cómo están tratando de que este virus sea algo global que afecte la economía. No es simplemente un virus. I'm explaining to him that, this virus is not just only going to affect, people's deaths and decrease of the population, Agenda 2030. It's going to affect the economy a lot. And it's affecting the economy a lot. There's not only affecting Mexico, it's affecting, China is affecting China and affecting now the United States and affecting a lot of countries and a lot of continents. So it's part of the agenda. It's part of the New World Order. It's part of all of this, man. Don't come and tell us in our face that this virus started at a bat and you eating a soup and all this stuff. Come on, it was created. We already know how the vaccines work. We already know all this stuff. The vaccines are made to control people, are made for the pharmaceutical industries. The pharmaceutical industries, they dominate and they control the world. They control the decrease of population, they control the increase of population, they control the sicknesses, all this, the elite people control all the things that you need to know. So if it is the coronavirus, if it is part of the Agenda 2030, I believe so. I totally believe so. Mr. Blue and Mr. Taylor will make a strong force together. I don't know who's Mr. Taylor, so I will later on be glad to know him. Lisa Schultz, how is Randall? Okay. it will be nice. Okay, a lot of people talking about us working together. I don't know who is he, but God bless him. And people are saying that he's sick. Hope that he gets better. Another comment right here. Yes, everyone, if you can't, okay. Everybody's talking about this, man. Okay, Oscar, thank you so much. Grumosa, even flow, Oscar the handsome, thank you so much. God bless you. No, I'm not, but you're saying okay. Thank you. Where did the Zika virus go? How crazy, huh? How they disappear like that, and another one appears and they disappear. That you're right on target. If people think about the U.S. has not taken actions like it currently has against a disease that since smallpox and 20K people is no shin compared to the number 6 with flu. Yes. There's a lot of things that I would love to discuss with Political Avenger, that she is really knowledgeable on sicknesses and all this stuff, and how it's coming about with the New World Order and all these things that they're happening that people don't understand. How the immigration factor is just a piece of a puzzle on things that they're coming to the Agenda 2030 New World Order kind of stuff. And when it's in front of our G cameras, we're in the Super Bowl, all this stuff, they're made. I'm putting them in there for people like, wow, oh my God, 5G. I think, well, God bless everybody. I'm about to leave. It was nice talking to you guys. We talked around an hour and 8 minutes. Around that is that particular time that we talked. It was beautiful talking to you guys. Sometimes I get, people in here in the feed, and they don't like the way I think. It's okay. Every mind has their own way of thinking. That is a beautiful thing of life. That is what keeps the balance of the world, in check. But it's a way, there's ways of, expressing your feelings, and through being disrespectful to our audience with, with foul language, and also, there's women in here and all this stuff. It's just disrespectful. So I can take one of your comments, 1 or 2 or 3, and I can say like, oh, this guy just got some peanut for a brain. He doesn't understand nothing. So I can understand sometimes your comment, but when you come with foul language, that's when I like, okay, you know what, you're not coming to this because you're trying to drop the feed. That's what you're trying to provoke. We're not that stupid. We know what you're doing. So God bless everybody. Have a great evening. God bless everybody. We talked about 2 subjects, and we standard ourselves for an hour and some minutes. We will talk to, and we will get to the next week. Hopefully, the next week, the doctor that I'm trying to get, to give us the interview to explain the coronavirus and how this virus is affecting the worldwide. Hopefully, he will not cancel me to the next week, and we can have a show with him, and we can talk about it with him. Also, God bless everybody that is watching. Follow my partner, Conservative Anthony, as he's running for Congress at District 16 of El Paso. He's the solution. And yes, he is the #1 candidate that is for the job against Veronica Escobar. Also follow Sandra Lee Whitten as she is running for District 28 of Texas. She is also, another solution for that district, that part. Really intelligent woman. Also, you can follow Jim Bemby at his page, and there's a GoFundMe right there as he's fighting the open border mafia. Jim Bemby, you can go over there and try to donate to his cause. Thank you so much for being with me. Respectfully, Oscar Blue saying goodbye to you guys. God bless you guys. Stay safe. Click on the like button and follow my page right here in YouTube. Also, you can go to Twitter. I don't have that much audience at Twitter. I don't use it that much, but I'll try to grow it. I'm trying to find somebody that can run my Twitter account, so we can start getting better on that. So follow me at Twitter, Oscar Blue, Border Network News. Also, you can follow me on my public figure page on Facebook as Oscar Blue and Instagram as Oscar L Blue. God bless you all. We will see each other. We will see each other tomorrow. Have a great night. Let's thank God for every single breath that we have, as we need to appreciate life to the fullest at every moment, at every instant, at every second. Hold your daughter, hold your son, hold your mother, hold your father, hold your sister, hold your brother, hold your cousin, hold your uncle, hold your auntie, as hard as you hug them you know, as much as you can. We never know when it's our time to go. So God bless everybody. Stay safe. And always remember peace and love, everybody, because always your country's first.